Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode, our final episode of the year of VENDO Velocity. My name is Greg, and I am temporarily filling in as your host while our beloved usual host, Delaney, is on vacation in Hawaii. So I expect her to be here live watching this. But I have with me Isabelle Johnston on my team. Just for a quick intro, I've been a guest many times, but I'm excited to get to be the host today. I manage a few different flavors of advertising at Vendo, but particularly for the purposes of this call, our paid search and paid social team. And so one of the things that we've been building over the last few months is a lot of AI tools and AI capabilities for paid social ads, which we're going to walk you through and give you some tips and tricks and best practices today. But yes, Isabelle on my team particularly leads our AI creative capabilities. So Isabelle, do you want to take a second to intro yourself?
Yes. So I'm Isabelle. I am a digital advertising associate, but I work a lot with just AI creative for the brands that we are running on Meta, TikTok, Google. We just use these platforms just to create these new creatives just so they can have something different to test. It's really fun. It's working really well. And I'm excited to share with everyone what it looks like and what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, me too. Yeah, I think this is a really exciting emerging field, and we're seeing great results from a lot of these videos. So yeah, excited to give you some examples.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that people are probably most curious about is like, what's the process like to actually set up some of these videos? So I know we've got an example to share, but one of the
Yeah.
things that we've been finding when working with this AI creative is that you really need to stack together a lot of the different platforms. So it's really hard to use just Gemini or just Sora to go from 0 to 100. You kind of need to break things into multiple steps and sometimes use multiple tools to get there. And so, yeah, Isabelle, can you show us an example of what that means?
Yes. So this is like a new process that we have been experimenting and using. We find it to be way better than our process that we used to do. So now we are just using these photos that the brand has sent us, whether it's from their website or just in a folder that they have sent over. And we used to just use that photo and just generate a video just from that using like Google Gemini or Sora or any platform. But now we find that there is an important middle step, and it is to take that photo and change it into an AI photo. So whether it's just changing the background or something just small about the photo, and then using this new AI photo to create the new video. So I have an example to show you guys that can just kind of go deeper into what it is. So here's a photo that the brand had sent over to us. It was just a photo of just these two girls walking, but we wanted to.
Oh, sorry. In this photo, what's the product that we're trying to feature?
Jetty poles. So it's Jetty Fitness, and then these poles right here are the products that we are selling.
Great.
And so we just wanted to change a little bit about the background just to make it a more fun, interactive video. So I asked Google Gemini to make these women walking in a suburban neighborhood, and this is what we got. I did have to change a little bit stuff about this. So like the sidewalk had a little bit of dirt right around here. So it's really nice to have this photo before the video, so then you can change the photo instead of having to change, the video and then have it maybe be messed up a little bit. So this is the photo that we got. And then from here, I just also plugged this into Google Gemini and asked for them to have these girls walking over here, and you can create a voiceover, music, whatever you want. And this is what the final product looks like.
I can't believe with Jetty Poles you can burn 56% more calories.
What a way to elevate your walk.
Wow. That's, super simple, but
yes.
Very cool.
Yes. Yep. So that's our little video that we got with our new AI process.
And a lot of these videos, yes, I know that sometimes they're a little cheesy, but cheesy also performs well. Like, for example, on this account, I think we're seeing 40% of the sales are coming from AI generated videos like this one. So, it's becoming a significant portion of the overall pie. And keep in mind, the audio, again, is a little cheesy, but 70% of Instagram users are not watching with the audio. And of those who do, very few get all the way through the end of the 9-second video. So the main thing is just being able to have a visual that is malleable in the way that you want it to be.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
Isabelle, we'll talk about two things here. We'll talk about statics and we'll talk about videos. But can you show us just a few of the tools that you've been using? Let's start with statics. Can you show us a few of the tools that you've been using and just give us a few examples and maybe some pros and cons?
Yes, of course. All right. So the first one that we use is Google Gemini, the one that we were just talking about right now. This one's really fun because we can use existing ad creatives that we already have and just use Gemini to either refresh or reformat them to just create different variations or a different, use a different flavor, maybe different product, whatever, if we want the same, concept going on. And so we'll just put in the prompt. We'll always attach the image that we are wanting, like the existing ad creative, just to, reformat it into something else. So here's some examples that we have done using Google Gemini. This was for one of our brands, Still Fit, and we have this creatine gummies that we are advertising, and we really liked this creative going on. This is our creative team made this. We just kind of wanted to do different flavors going on with it that they have. So we did these 3 different flavors. I will say it did really, really well. As you can tell, the pink one right here kind of has a different size. So Google Gemini isn't that advanced, I guess, when it comes to the different sizes. I even tried to make it be a 1x1, but instead it just kept it the same thing. Also, you can tell there's a little bit of different with the text. Like right here, it says better without an extra T or without 2 T's. So that was something that we had to go and fix ourselves. But overall, it is really good at just getting the basics and getting it all done.
And then Isabelle, I saw a question come in. Did you script the text here or was the text already provided?
The text was already provided. So
perfect.
That was really, yeah.
Although, of course, there's many times when we have scripted the text.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Okay. Here's another before and after. Here's the Jetty poles again. They wanted to get rid of all these different colors because they don't have these colors anymore. So we just changed them all to blue, and Google Gemini just kept everything the same and made the poles the same. So this was really fun, nice little.
I think that's one big improvement we've seen in the last few months is just being able to keep things the same. I mean,
yes.
we've always been able to make stuff different, but keeping stuff the same is a real breakthrough.
Yeah. And like with ChatGPT, for example, it would kind of make all this animated instead and change a lot about it. So Google Gemini is really good about keeping all of this the same. Okay, so for our next platform, we have Quick Ads. Quick Ads is really cool because they have a lot of different little features that you can use. I'll show you the ones that we use the most, but the first one is AI ads and posts. Quick Ads is also, like all of their features, you're basically just going to be inserting in a URL and it's going to pull the assets, pull in like the product information from the website that you just plugged in. And it's really nice because you don't have to do all of that yourself. And then you can choose an objective, what you're kind of wanting to achieve, and then the product image based like that it will just pull from the website. You can pick which image you want to use. And then also it's going to provide a lot of different templates based on the customer stage that you are wanting. So it's really nice because obviously we're wanting to target different types of customers based on like where they are in the awareness stages. And so it's really cool just because you get to kind of fit it towards the campaign that you are wanting to, that you are running already. So this is a really nice feature that they have. You can also create your own ad. It's going to be a lot more manual work on this side, or you can clone an ad that you really liked that you are wanting your brand to have instead. With this feature also, it has like a chat box. So it's kind of like a ChatGPT little thing. So for example, right here, we wanted to change the headline. So we changed it to focus clearly instead of enhance your focus. And same with this take action, start your journey. Just you can change a lot of different things with that. And you can see in this one, we also did that as well. So this is what Quick Ads produced and then what we changed over on this side.
Perfect. And then I think you have, yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
curious to see how some of these work too.
So another feature is image ads. So same thing, you enter in your URL, select your objective, and then it's going to put together an ad for you. You can manually edit this yourself, and then also you can pick from different templates if you aren't liking the one that it put together for you. So this is what they put together for us. Obviously, there was stuff that we need to change about it and whatnot. So this is what we kind of got going on right now. It's really cool, all the different templates that they have and just how it kind of just fits the product within it. And then another one is product photo shoot. So you're going to enter in your product photo and describe the product that you are advertising. And then you get to choose from backgrounds that they have already generated and a style that you are wanting. So you could do like an animated style. They have millions of different ones. And so it's really cool just to kind of experiment with it and see what it has. And then you can also edit these ads after they are generated. Again, like they'll have the little chat box that you can do. Quick Ads does really well. I will say one little downfall is sometimes it doesn't really want it to be exactly how you are wanting stuff to work. But overall, Quick Ads is a really fun, creative little platform that we use just to create different ads.
And then Isabelle, when you, like in the first one there, obviously we don't want to do an ad with a 1-star review. So what did you use then to clean that up later?
So what you do is it has like this full, it's a little hard to navigate. I'm not going to lie to kind of just understand it a little bit, but it has just different little tabs on the side that you can go in and just pick what you kind of want to change. So like for this, I could replace this with a 5-star one. So it has like all the different.
So you can do it native within Quick Ads.
Yes, yeah, within Quick Ads.
Awesome. And then I love this next example that you have. I think it's really creative.
So
yeah, what happened here?
So within Quick Ads, you can also change, kind of like Google Gemini, something about an asset or a creative that you already have. So we have this image that we had that our brand sent, and we kind of just wanted to change the race and the gender. So Quick Ads did really good with changing the race, but not with the gender. We couldn't change that exactly yet. That's something that hopefully we'll be able to do in the future, but it does really well at just, keeping everything the same, at just changing the race. This is a really fun, cool example.
Yeah, and it's cool to then be able to test various different styles.
Yes.
And, in that case, for example, we saw much different results from changing the race. So yeah, it just gives you a lot more options to test.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that's most important here that we're finding is, especially with the new meta updates, the new meta ads algorithm, it's just important to have a lot more variety of creative. I mean, I think that's number one is a lot of these things, as you can see, are the brand gives us a building block, or our internal copy and creative team gives us a building block. And then using AI, we're able to create many more versions of that. So maybe we might have one building block that they give us, but then we can create 5 different videos based off of that, or we can play around with different races and different genders and different swap out reviews easily within an ad. So it just gives you a lot more options. But I think the key thing is that you still have a really good building block, and then you adjust it with AI. It's really hard just to come up with something from scratch using AI that performs well.
Yes. For sure.
I also think, especially with so many more broad and Advantage Plus audiences, one of the big things that we say is creative is your new targeting. So it used to be all about, finding the most specific niche to target. And now using AI creative, you can create all of these different varieties and then kind of get the data back and understand what the best audience is, rather than feeding the best audience to the algorithm. So since creative is your targeting, it's really important to have a lot more creative options.
Yes.
Isabelle, just because we're a little tight on time here, can you show us some of the video tools that you're using and walk us through those?
Yes. Yep. I can definitely do that. Perfect. Okay. So the first one, which is like basically our kind of guinea pig thing that we kind of just started with this one, is Icon. it's worked really well. We just kind of create new video ads with content that the brand already has sent over to us, and you can cut in all these B-rolls just to create a whole different ad. Here's one that we did. It's for our Cyber Monday. This video we created with the icon, but then I used Canva just to add in this little overlay over here. So here's the video that we have.
Best day of the year. New Fix is 20% off site-wide for Cyber Monday. Don't miss out on getting your favorite protein on sale. Hurry before it's over. Get your fix today.
So basically, the videos aren't AI. The icon is just cutting these in, but the voiceover is AI. But it's really cool because I can record my own voice in it, and then it's going to match my tone, my enthusiasm, everything with this new AI voice that they have. So that one's really fun.
So that was an AI voiceover, but
yes,
you were the one who originally read it, and then
yes,
it did an AI version of your voice.
yes. So it's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So you can match, because sometimes the AI voices sound a little too AI generated and they're not pronouncing things correctly or whatever. So this one's it's really nice that they have this feature.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then this one is, there's no AI voiceover, so I'll just show you how Icon just cut in all these B-rolls together.
No more feeling bloated after eating my favorite Italian meals, all thanks to Noblo. This is a brand called ZenWise. I've been using them for a few months now, and you guys, when I tell you, I have noticed the biggest difference in my gut health.
It's got 9 digestive enzymes in it to break down proteins, carbs, lactose.
It's helping ease my bloating, so I feel comfy wearing jeans, not just sweatpants all the time. If you're looking to improve your gut health, I couldn't recommend these enough.
So
that's
there's
great.
a couple different things that you can do with this platform.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest unlocks for brands has been, I feel like every brand has, I call it a graveyard of old assets that they just can't use, or they like aspects of certain UGC videos, but not the whole thing. They just have a ton of kind of unused, old, dead content. And this is a way of bringing that back to life, to be able to cut together all of that unused B-roll into ads that, really work for what you're doing now.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So another platform that we use is Google Gemini, of course. So the process that we showed you guys in the examples with that was through Google Gemini. But here is another example that we did for the same company, the Jetty Poles, and this is what it looks like. So this is the one, like one of the first ones that we kind of did like this, and we have seen exceptional results with this. Like Greg said earlier, this is one of them that has created a lot of the most purchases and conversions within this account.
Yeah, and so I think it's really surprising what performs well and what doesn't. Like, it doesn't have to be a crazy concept. Like, just keep it simple and keep it clean and keep it clear. And yeah, some of these, I mean, all of the ones that we're showing in here are chosen because they've performed really well, but this one particularly has done great.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Cool. How about one more?
Yep. And then we have Creatify. So Creatify has a lot of different features. You can use an avatar, product placement. It's just kind of just creating this like lifestyle content without having to rely on creators. But for this example, we kind of just use the product placement one. And it's really cool. You can it generates the photo first. And then if you don't like the photo, you can scratch it, do a different one, or you can do it directly into the video. So this is what we got based on that one. I will say these ones look a little bit more like AI generated, but overall they're still doing really well and they're really cool.
Yeah, and in comparison to having only a static, doing a video of the same thing is much better. So I know it's not ideal, but it's much better than having statics only.
Yes. So
tell me, as far as the scripts, like even going back to the first Jetty video that you showed, did you have to prompt that text, or did you just let AI kind of come up with the script?
I prompted it. We have this really cool platform called Motion that I will get into later, or in a second. Basically, they have this thing called AI agents, and you can kind of just go into it and put together what you're wanting to advertise, and it will create this whole script and just give you some ideas kind of just to go off of that. So a lot of the times I will do that whenever I'm creating these voiceovers or, just scripts in general. So it's really cool just to kind of I'll just piece together all the different ones that they put together and just figure out what I think was going to work the best. So yes, I put in the script or the prompt for those videos.
That's amazing. So I think, kind of like we were saying at the top of this episode, it's stacking together different platforms. So you might take an AI script from Motion, and then you might put that into ChatGPT to refine it a little bit, and then you load that into Google Gemini. So yeah, you can still layer AI scripts and AI videos, but they don't necessarily have to all be coming from the same platform.
Yes.
But yeah, you mentioned Motion in there. Motion has been one of the biggest breakthroughs for our agency this year. We use it for lots of different things, particularly creative analytics. And so, for example, all of our brands get a monthly creative report that shows what's working, what's not working, and then has recommendations for what to try next, whether they're creating it or we're creating it through AI. Motion is a creative analytics platform. But in the past year, it's really grown a lot stronger in terms of its AI capabilities. And so, yeah, Isabelle, can you show us some examples of what we use Motion for, both for brand intel and then also comparisons?
Yes, of course. So first is the brand intel. We kind of just use this to follow the brand and kind of just see what they are, using right now. So there's going to be like this media mix down here. Here is a brand that we wanted to create an audit for, and we didn't have access to their account or anything, but we used Motion to be able to just kind of look at it and see what they have going on. And so you can look at their media mix down here, the implied budget focus, and then you can also figure out a strategy based on this. And this has been really nice for our audits in order to just sign these brands and just get them a better idea of what we are going to be doing and what we, can figure out what to do based off of all this stuff that we find on Motion.
Yeah. And then how about some of the reporting capabilities?
Yes. So here's one example of the report. You can look at, images versus videos. There's just so many different things you can do. Here's an example of all the folders that they have. Some of these you can create your own, and then Motion has their own reports that they already just pull over for you. So you can do top hooks from videos that you have, creative fatigue, video type comparison, product comparison, top headlines. It's really good for copy and creative, and it also gives us an idea of what's working and what's not, and what we should just keep running. So the Motion reports have helped us tremendously in order to find out how to make these brands, perform better.
Yeah, and I think some of the best Motion or most helpful Motion reports that I've seen have been performance by different product lines or performance by different packaging sizes has been great. Also, old creative style versus maybe you're going through a brand refresh and a new creative style, seeing how that does that improve performance. But the other thing is that Motion in these reports has a lot of filters that it creates for you. So like everything that you're showing on the right there, hooks or messaging or even a vibe, Motion is really good at putting at categorizing for you in a way that you might not think of. So like vibe is a very broad kind of category, but it's able to separate those out and make really good comparisons for you that turn out to be very insightful.
Yes. Yeah. It's a really cool tool.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to show us some of the other AI creative agents in here?
Yes. So the AI creative agents are my favorite thing about Motion. I think it's super cool. They have so many different ones that you can try. It'll kind of give you some recommendations based on your, brand and your workspace, but it will let you do anything that you want. You can use all of them. So here are some examples over here. Analyze creative diversity. How should I structure ad creative test? Give me feedback on an ad before you launch it. Here's an example of one that I ran. It's identify scalable patterns in top performing creatives. And it just kind of just shows all the things that are working within the top performing creatives that we have and what you should keep. And then it also will give you things of maybe to change These are really just amazing. It will run like super fast. Motion is really good with all of their AI creative agents. Super fun.
Yeah, these answer so many of Brand's top questions,
Yes.
but give me feedback. How is this going to work before the launch? Give me a preview of what you think is going to work. And so Motion is really good at those predictive tools too.
Yes.
But yeah, as we come to a close here, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Of course, you can reach out to us directly. Happy to answer any of your questions. I think you're seeing there's really 3 phases to this. There's gathering good inputs from the brand, whether the brand makes them or we make them using our traditional, if you will, copy and creative. You got to have good inputs. That gets you a really solid base, particularly of statics to work off of. And then from there, using AI to create many more versions and variations of those. Again, using the old traditional creative as your building blocks, and then using AI to amplify that is key. And then the third phase is analyzing the performance using an AI creative tool like Motion or any other. So that's a process that we just try to repeat weekly for our brands. Like AI has sped up our creative production tremendously, and it's also improved the volume, both of which have been very helpful. So you just want to repeat that 3-step process as often as you can. And then, of course, I think it goes without saying, but maybe the most important thing is brand protection. So we never launch anything without sending it to the brand, getting their approval. Sometimes they spot little oddities that AI will change that we wouldn't see on our own. And so you do want to be much more cognizant of making sure you get brand approval with anything that you're doing with AI. But with that, we're almost to the end here. Thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and see you next year. But Isabelle, I think we have one more just kind of fun video. Do you want to close this off with something festive?
Yes, of course. So happy holidays. Here's a little video that we ran or are testing, and we created with Google Gemini again, and Quick Ads actually too. We did a mix for both of this. Of just like a fun little, here's our Jetty polls again. Here we go. Oh, there's supposed to be holiday music over it, but I don't know if there is for this one, but
it didn't work there, but I think we'll just we'll have to sing Jingle Bells.
Yeah. You can take that part, not me.
I am Rudolph for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you again for joining us for another episode of VENDO Velocity. Really exciting stuff that we're working on here. And so if you're interested in any of these tools or tips or processes, or just learning more, of course, feel free to reach out. Greg at vendocommerce.com would be happy to walk you through it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Isabelle, for your time. And we'll see you next year on our next episode of VENDO Velocity. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you guys so much.